Well, Judy, it's been a long time.
This certainly has.
So what's going on?
I wanted to talk to you about the big lie.
The what?
Yes, fiction writers are notorious for throwing out this big audacious lie.
Well, you can say that again.
In their fiction work, in their mystery novels.
Oh, yes. Well, at least you're admitting it.
Admitting what?
You're admitting that you're in the business of lying.
It's called fiction writing.
Yes. Well, whatever it's called. Well, at least you're. If it doesn't work out right for writing, at least you're qualified to go into politics.
Maybe calling it a lie isn't the right term. Maybe I should call it the big audacious crazy idea.
Well, whatever you call it, you're not going to pull the wool over my eyes. I can tell you that. Yes.
I say that if an author is going to write something that's totally outlandish, far-fetched, hard to believe idea, that she should just go for it. She should just be bold about it, put it out there, and be proud of it.
Well, who am I to say? I'm just the reader and not a writer, and thank the good Lord for that.
Let me give you some examples.
Examples of what?
Of the big, audacious, crazy idea.
Okay, go for it.
There's a book by J.S. Fletcher.
J.S. Fletcher? I never heard of him.
Well, he wrote a book called John Dean of Toronto.
John Dean. Well, I never heard of that either.
This is a story that's set in World War I, and John Dean walks into the office of the First Lord of the Admiralty, and he explains his idea to this First Lord of the Admiralty of how they can defeat the Germans.
Well, imagine that.
And just like that, Fletcher makes John Dean the main character.
Yes, I got that.
In total charge of the entire British Navy.
That's ridiculous. That would never happen in a million years.
Of course not. But you see, here's the point. Fletcher takes the details and makes them accurate, and he works those extenuating circumstances and works them so well that the story becomes plausible.
Well, maybe it would be to you, but I wouldn't even read the dumb thing.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
Here's another example.
What kind?
Well, this say an author has a detective.
A detective? Of course it has a detective.
A detective whose car breaks down right smack in front of the killer's house.
Well, how convenient is that? I don't like conveniences like that.
Well, of course. But here's the thing. There's a big blizzard out there, and that's why the detective cannot be rescued, and then he ends up spending the entire night in the house with the killer.
Oh, that's contrived. I wouldn't believe that at all. That's ridiculous.
Except, what if the author foreshadows the car trouble?
How do you do that?
Maybe earlier in the story, the detective had some car trouble and calls his mechanic, and the mechanic can't get to his car for at least another week.
Well, maybe then.
Yeah, maybe then. And then what if the detective has been tracking this killer for some time and now knows exactly where he lives?
Well, maybe then too. I don't know.
See, here's my point.
What point?
The point is, if you say an audacious, big, crazy idea and you go for it boldly, that's fine. But you need, as a writer, to tether it down.
I'd say tether it down a lot.
With foreshadowing anything that sounds like a coincidence,
because I don't really like coincidences.
And making the details very accurate.
Yes. But I have to tell you, Judy, I'm not gullible. I have never been gullible.
I never thought you were.
No, and I never will become gullible either. I'm not a gullible person.
All right, fine. I don't care.
You're not going to pull over one of those stories on me.
Daisy, did you know that the word gullible is not even in the dictionary?
What? Are you serious? Really?
Ha! Gotcha!
What? Gotcha? What do you mean?
I was just kidding with you.
You're lying to me?
I'm trying to make a point here.
What point?
That you and I and all of us become a little bit gullible when the circumstances are right.
Oh, for gracious sakes.
One for me.